Boy, I really hate doing things twice. But after talking to the Rotax technician, I decided to do something again. And we'll cover it in this video. Hope you enjoyed. Thanks for following along.
Okay, welcome back to the hangar for another installment. Today I'm going to be doing a few things. I need to redo one thing. I need to redo the timing on that engine. After speaking to the Rotax technician, he mentioned a few things that I didn't know. Something about the marks on those little transducers are not always to be relied upon. So I have a dial caliper, and I'm going to use that to find top dead center and adjust the timing accordingly. And I'll narrate that portion and let you know what I'm doing. And then after I get the timing redone, then I'm going to start reassembling it and putting the fan belt on and the fan assembly and all that kind of stuff, and clean up a few things yet. The oil pump for the oil injection, just kind of clean it up because it's really dirty. And one of the other things I'm going to do is I'm going to paint the exhaust. I wasn't going to. The exhaust manifold, one side of it is already on the engine. I'm going to pull that off. I'm going to wash it down in solvent and a Scotch-Brite pad, and wash everything down and make it clean and all the loose stuff free. Pick up an inexpensive, well, it won't be expensive. They're like $18 now for a can of this, which I have. This trim-clad high-heat enamel. And this is black. It's a fast-drying. It says that it's gloss black, but the metal on that exhaust manifold is so porous, I don't think it'll be glossy. But we'll give it a shot. It's not going to be a professional job at all. You'll see. So that's what's going to happen today. I'm going to get that manifold painted as well, and continue on the assembly of the engine and get it to a point where I can mount the engine. It's getting very close to that time. I'm going to mount it without the carburetors attached and the exhaust system attached, simply because it's lighter and easier to work with. So anyways, that's the update for now, and hopefully you get something out of this. And make sure that if you are watching this, to hit that like button. It's down there. Ugh, I got a sweat in my eye. Hit the like button. And if you hit the subscribe button, that's going to help, because I want to get like 500 before the end of the summer. That'll really be a bonus. So do that, and leave a comment. Leave a comment and let me know where you're viewing from. Europe, South America, United States, Canada, Australia, Japan, anywhere. Just say hello from wherever you're watching from. And I like seeing that. I like seeing who's watching these things. So anyways, that's it for the intro, and on to the work, and hopefully it's entertaining and informative. So pitter patter, let's get at her.
Well, as the title said, I hate doing things twice, but I am doing the timing twice. So which means partial disassembly of some stuff I put together. Now there I'm showing the dial calipers, and it started at top dead center, and it's backing down to 0.069 before top dead center. And yeah, I needed to set it at that point, and then the pickups are lined up with the two magnets on the stator. Now they're not lined up right, equal. You line it up with the leading edge of the magnets, so that at 0.069 it just starts to close that pickup and fire the ignition. So that's what I'm doing here right now, and that's why I have the light going, because it's gone dark in there. So, and I want to make sure it is exact. I'm adjusting things here and there, and then tweaking things here and there, and yeah, then I get a pair of feeler gauges. Actually, you can see the feeler gauge sitting down there, and there I go and stick the feeler gauge in, and that is set at zero point 0.5 millimeters, plus or minus 0.005 millimeters. And the one I have is in standard, but we're set to 502 millimeters, which is within the specs. There we go. Now I'm showing you in real-time speed the pickup and the magnet, and you'll see, actually the other one, I go to the right, you can see it a little bit better, where you'll see where the pickup starts and the magnet edge starts, and that's how they're lined up on both sides. So that's when it starts firing the ignition, and according to the Rotax mechanic, he said your engine will run perfectly smooth if you time it this way. And if you may have noticed as well, if you back this and watch it again, the little line that they use for a timing mark actually doesn't line up properly, and that's what they warned me. They said they're not always accurate, so you got to use the dial calipers and go 0.069 before top dead center. Now 0.069 because the pistons are going in at a 30-degree angle, and the published specifications are based on a straight up and down spark plug. So you have to do a little bit of math to calculate that you got to actually change the point that you're reading. So it's 0.069. That's what they conveyed to me. Now I'm putting the fan on and bolting it together. A little bit of Loctite. Loctite is your friend. And I'm using a torque wrench not to torque it down per se, but because the socket that I have is a 3/4 inch drive. No, I'm sorry, half-inch drive. A half-inch drive, and that's my half-inch drive wrench there. So, yeah, it's. I do check the book. You'll probably see me refer to it just at the tail end over here, just to make sure I've done it right. And you'll see the little metal piece that's on there. That's a holding device that is designed to hold the fan in place so you can tighten it properly. Now, back to washing parts. And yep, solvent. Pour it in there, and I'm going to be washing the remaining engine parts that haven't been put on, and I'm going to be washing the oil pump system. And then I'm going to disassemble partially the oil pump system just to inspect it and finish cleaning it, and then I put it all back together again. So yeah, that's really what's happening there. This is just cleaning and inspecting. I'm not replacing any parts or servicing anything on the oil pump assembly. I'm just doing a basic cleaning and so on. Hang on one second. I got to turn the radio down here. Now I'm measuring out and cutting and installing those oil lines. If you recall, early on, a few videos back when I disassembled, we found that one of the oil lines was pinched and was nearly fully restricted, and this is where I am replacing it. So there we go. That's essentially 6 hours. Well, it's not quite 6 hours of the work because there's more coming after this. But I'm going to end the narration right now because I go to normal speed and I talk on the camera. See you in a minute.
Okay, let's pull those out. Now, there's the two hoses, one there and one there. That's oil injection, and they feed down here and into the pump, and they're crimped on with these little crimp rings. Now I used this style of cutters just very gently because they're nice and flat, and they give a nice even flat crimp, and that's it. So the oil pump is reattached. I'm going to have to fasten this and secure it, but I'm going to do that after the engine is mounted. I'm going to do a final securing and strapping down and all that sort of stuff, all these loose pieces here. So yeah, that's the oil pump assembly. I did not disassemble this. I simply cleaned it. That's all there is to it. I need to hook up the cable. Of course, this is part of the throttle cable assembly. We'll be hooking up over here and make sure that it is adjusted correctly. I will have to figure that part out, and I'll let you know if there's anything unique about it. Fan belt is on and tensioned properly, and yeah, it looks like it's coming together. It looks like an engine again. So, okay. Well, I haven't got a paint booth, and I decided, as you might tell from the narration, that I've decided to paint the exhaust system on this engine, and I'm just using high heat enamel trim clad black. It's been washed with and scrubbed down with a green Scotch-Brite pad and washed with solvent to get all the greases and oils off and any loose dirt and dust. So yeah, just, you know, it's going to be a little tough. There's a bit of breezy over here, so I got to stand upwind of the paint, and yeah, we'll see how it works. Follow along. Does it look better than the rust? Oh, I'm sure it does, yes. Does it look like a professional paint job? Like I said, not a chance. I'm actually thinking the worse the paint job looks, the more character it has. I should have got a can of green and made it camo, then the streaks and the drips would look normal. Hey, maybe I'll do that. Nah, leave it black. Another long and productive day here at the hangar. So about 6.5, 7 hours of work in the hangar, which is good for a Saturday. And just to recap what I did, what I got done. I got the timing on that engine redone, and then of course I assembled it, got the new fan belt on. I've got the oil injection lines on, cleaned up the oil injection pump because it was really gunky, and decided to remove the exhaust manifold from the engine and paint everything. It's, you know, well, I'm pretty sure I commented, yeah, I did comment while I was painting it that it's a pretty ugly paint job, and I don't really care. You know, I think it will suffice. It will do. It's not rust. That's the big thing. And I use the high heat paint that you use on like barbecues and stuff like that. So that should make it look a little prettier. It does look much better. The engine does look way better because it is clean, completely scrubbed down, and not as clean as if I, you know, did some other. Some people had offered me to send the engine into them to get vapor honing, I think they call it. Basically, it's like sandblasting with liquid in it as well. Like it's a sandblasting media with, and it's supposed to really scrub clean and make it very shiny. No, I elected not to. You know, maybe in the future we'll see. But for right now, I just left it as is, just cleaning with solvent and a green Scotch-Brite pad and paintbrush and whatnot. So, okay, so that closes it off here. Hopefully you got something out of this, and like and subscribe, like I mentioned at the beginning, and leave your comments, and where you're from in the world watching, and I will see you again here in the hangar. So remember, keep your stick on the ice, okay? Bye for now.
Well, I hope you enjoyed this presentation and got something out of it, especially the timing on the engine. Very critical to do it right. Thanks for following along. Like and subscribe. See you again in the hangar. Bye-bye.